Hey friend, welcome to Translating the Label podcast for hairstylists. I'm Anna, a hairstylist with a passion for cosmetic chemistry. This is where we dive into the real details of hair care beyond brand hype and brand narratives, giving you an insider's industry perspective to cut through the noise and enhance your expertise. You're not here to hear what you want to hear. You're here to stand out as a stylist with a deeper understanding of the hair care industry.
Today, we're going to talk about translating the label's core values. So, you're always hearing how we want to empower stylists by up-leveling your knowledge and helping you know what's going on behind the scenes. But the other thing that's super important to us is actually the environment. I'm sure you've heard me say a whole bunch of times that I'm a closet tree hugger. However, I never really dive into what that entails. So, just to give you an idea of my version of being a closet tree hugger, is that if I had, we'll say, billions of dollars that I could just go and do whatever I wanted with, I mean, besides travel, I would love to just buy up big plots of land and gift it to the environment. That's also why I don't talk about it very often. I get a little skittish because I'm not sure how well that's going to be received by others. So I tend to keep it more to myself. But I probably should stop doing that and not be afraid to share. Way back when I began like my organic and like clean beauty journey, which was before it was like the cool thing to do. A lot of people thought that I was like weird or extra for doing that, right? Because it was before this stuff like had really gained any traction. But when clean beauty first started to like, we'll say emerge on the scenes, but it wasn't called clean beauty yet. I had found this cosmetic chemist who was also a hairstylist. I actually hated most of what he had to say, but I kept listening because I was hoping that he was going to, at some point, leave me like some kind of a crumb or a bread trail that I could follow to find out more information. Because at this point, I had been spinning my wheels, Googling stuff and trying to do research and basically getting nowhere. Hence why I wanted to see if he would leave me a breadcrumb trail. Now, fast forward from that a couple of years, I was taking a color class that was very intense. As a stylist, I love doing hair color, and I never feel like I can know enough or have enough education on it. So I tend to like really take a lot of classes. And this class, it was called Freaks and Geeks. It was a 4-day class broken up into 2 weekends. And it actually went over more than just hair color, which was a direction I wasn't expecting the class to go in. So they started talking about hair care products and supporting ingredients and the effects that that would have on the color and longevity and stuff like that, which really had me at the edge of my seat. While I was sitting there learning and listening, all of the pieces to the puzzle that I had been trying to put together for years just started falling into place. Like my mind was blown. I suddenly, everything that the cosmetic chemist slash hairstylist said that I hated all made sense. So after taking this class, it took me a little while to really like fully understand everything that I had learned, but it led me to be able to do more research and do it effectively because now I knew what questions I should be asking, how I should be asking the questions, right? And this started leading me to more and more answers, started leading me to more cosmetic chemists, more types of industry professionals that, we just don't really hear about on the consumer side of things. Just in case you don't know, hairstylists are considered consumers within the cosmetics industry, which was also a little disheartening to learn, but as I started, you know, doing more and more research, I started actually to feel very betrayed by the cosmetics and beauty industry just as a whole, because everything that I had been trying to do with the best of intentions, I found out was not having the impacts I thought it was having. Like of course, I wanted to do what was best for my clients, for my health, for my family's health, and most of all, I wanted to do what was best for the environment, right? Because I'm a tree hugger and I love the environment and I always want to ensure that I'm doing whatever the right thing is. Um, and I found out that a lot of my intentions basically were neutral. They didn't have any positive impacts. They also didn't have any negative impacts. They were just neutral. Some of the efforts that I had been, doing and looking for in products actually had unintended negative impacts on the planet. What? Yeah. Um, that was pretty crazy. I actually dove into this a little bit in a previous episode, what was it called? Competing with online retailers. If you go back and listen to that, I explained in there how just because something is organic doesn't mean it's sustainable. There's a lot of hidden issues that go behind a lot of the buzzwords that we look for in the brands that we use in our businesses. or the professional hair care brands that we use in our salon businesses. And these hidden issues are almost never talked about. But once you start learning about them, you can't like unlearn them, and you understand it's very concerning. But as hairstylists, if you stop and think about it, they always say everybody needs a haircut, right? Meaning that stylists see a lot of people every single day. We have conversations with people every day. Our clients come in and they ask us questions. And when we are well informed and we know what's going on, we can talk to and educate our clients about these issues. And when we do that, we're educating consumers. And we reach a lot of people. So if we can get the correct information out there, we can actually have a really big impact on the industry and how things are done and just on the planet as a whole. We could have positive impact. We do not need to change any of our values. We should absolutely keep those. The only thing we need to change is how we ask for our consumer demands, right? Because brands and businesses, they want to meet our consumer demands, or they at least want to appear as though they're meeting our consumer demands, because that means that we're going to purchase more with them. So they have all of the incentives to meet our consumer demands, which is why we don't need to abandon our values. We just need to reshape how we ask for these demands, not giving them loopholes so that they can just skirt the issue and having our well intended intentions either be neutral or negative. We want them to have the positive impacts that we think they're having. So, the more we can talk to our clients and have well informed conversations and bring awareness to all of this stuff, we really do have the power to change the way things are done and have positive impacts on the planet. So, that is like the mission and the goal behind translating the label. We want to inform the stylist and have positive impacts on the planet. We want to leave the earth better than how we found it. So if this is the type of thing that you're on board with, hit that follow, stick around because we will be talking about it a whole lot more.
As always, I would like to take a moment to recognize that the true experts when it comes to cosmetic chemistry are the cosmetic chemists themselves. I'm very knowledgeable as a hairstylist due to years of education and relentlessly researching cosmetic chemistry, but what I know only begins to scratch the surface of their knowledge. If you had any big takeaways from this episode, please let us know what they were. Also, let us know what you'd like to know next. And if you have any questions, please ask them. We're always happy to answer those. And we will see you on the next episode.